Alright, so when Born Under the Bad Sun is the lead guitar thing we did, I think we got a bit of confusion. We do want every note to sound long until the very next split second that the next note rings out. So not, but when we get to this point in the song, and maybe just pause and get to where I am and going boom, 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 boom. Then the next two are just regular musical notes, so that doesn't mean you have to change your approach to the whole thing. We're still going long tone, long tone, long tone, just not it sounds wrong too. So yeah, from deductive reasoning perspective, it makes sense. Oh, since I'm going, I'll just pin my finger there, but right now we're playing single notes. So the concept of it's for I'm playing on the same string, and that's not. These are two totally different things that we're doing that just happen to have the same fingers involved. So yeah, nice long notes. That was just making sure you didn't seesaw, and then we just go. Here's a note. Here's a note. So probably just go. I mean, starting at the beginning might be a little distracting. Ideally, you can just go through it like super slowly, including pausing. Look at the page if you don't have it memorized. It's all good. And with respect to memorization, don't even try to play it in sequence until you're off the book, so to speak, because we're talking about working in really small sections. So can't get into that, for instance, and then moving on. But yeah, so not. And then in the second half, you were starting on the wrong string. The second part starts on the fifth string, and so our song goes boom, 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 ba. That boom, boom, ba. That's how the second bit starts. Boom, boom, ba. So that's our second half, which would be just to be able to hear autonomously. So cool. So counterintuitive things with that, we have to skip a string there. Cool. So there we are on that. About 2:30 of the video, we're doing our. Alright, so yeah, D, and then the thing we did where we freed up your middle finger and put it on a C on the bass string. First, we talked about what they're actually doing, which is this power chord, which is kind of doable too. Up to you. The reason that we went with this easier one is because the rest of it's not up here, but it's pretty doable, and those are power chords. Or, and that's not. It's kind of the same concept as we were seeing come up in a lead, where that just wouldn't sound good. Would be like going, and the actual song. So. Cool. Or I encourage you to try both, and when you're doing the power chords, just don't worry about playing it fast or anything. Just really visually engage with what you're doing. Try to make sure these fingers stay spread out. You can even overshoot it, and then when you get to here, if they sandwich up, no problem. Reminder, we're never going to be directly on top of the fret pushing down on it. That's the only place that won't actually sound a note. Anywhere in between the same thing's going to come out. Yeah, so there we are, section 1. Now we're going to square up at the first fret, just these three fingers ready to do stuff, and it's just regular musical notes right there. Just this note, this note, this note, this note, as on the page. And then we're grabbing a 2-note power chord, as opposed to needing our pinky to. We're just going first fret, third fret, moving in 2 frets. So that's, or, another thing you could do is just do that for the other one, too. You could just be like, rather than, but I don't know if that would make it considerably more difficult or easier. But anyway, there we are. That's pretty fun. So, yeah. You can even assign a moment in time where you do that, like I just made a point to, but So for today, we're just going to do it all with downstrokes. Because that's assuming that's what feels most intuitive. So just do that. Having done that, on the last part we'll look at what we actually did, but at this point you can already go with all downstrokes pretty easily. Cool. So we make our down up choices based on what we're on the way to. We hit the 4th string up because we're on the way to the 5th string. So it's like up, down, up, down. And then believe it or not, these are up, up. So that's up, down, up, down, up. So kind of try to just come into that assuming it'll be easy, not hard. We're still totally talking about going. Or you could go up, down, down, down. That would totally sound fine too, but there we are.